Alright, let's talk about something that's not just another robot update, but a whole new category of humanoid design. Fourier Intelligence, the Shanghai-based robotics company behind the GR1 and GR2, has just unveiled its newest creation, the GR3. And this isn't just a machine that does tasks, it's what they're calling their first full-size care bot. A humanoid that doesn't just work, but is actually designed to care. Now, Fourier's been building up to this for a while. The GR1 came out back in 2023, standing about 165 centimeters tall with 44 joints, capable of walking at 5 kilometers per hour and carrying up to 3 kilograms. It had 6 RGB cameras for 3-dimensional mapping, and even early experiments with emotional interaction powered by large language models. Then came the GR2 in 2024, which was bigger and more advanced, around 175 centimeters tall, 63 kilograms, 53 degrees of freedom, power-dense actuators with up to 380 newton-meters of torque, and highly dexterous 12 degrees of freedom hands packed with tactile sensors. So the GR1 and GR2 were all about strength, agility, and precision. But GR3, it flips the script. Instead of chasing raw performance, it's all about connection. Fourier unveiled the GR3 officially in Beijing on August 6, 2025. And right away, they made it clear, this robot is different. Guided by the philosophy love above all functionality, GR3 was built not just for utility, but for warmth, companionship, and emotional presence. That's why they've given it a softer, more approachable look. Warm neutral tones, cushioned surfaces, even premium automotive upholstery. The whole thing is designed to feel friendly and safe, not like some industrial machine dropped into your living room. In fact, some of the earliest sneak peeks had people calling it the most adorable humanoid robot yet. Unlike the taller GR1 and GR2, reports suggested GR3 might stand around 134 centimeters, or about 4'5", depending on the configuration. But the official specs land at 165 centimeters tall and weighing anywhere between 55 to 71 kilograms depending on setup. That difference in numbers might come down to modular components, but either way, this is a full-sized humanoid with a softer aesthetic. Rounded edges, expressive face, and a body that leans toward approachable over intimidating. And speaking of that face, the GR3 comes with an animated LED panel capable of showing a wide range of emotions. Happiness, concern, curiosity, you name it. It blinks, tracks eyes, and shows micro-expressions that make interactions feel alive. Combined with fluid body proportions, balanced limbs, and lifelike locomotion, it avoids the stiff, robotic vibe and instead projects something that feels a lot more natural. But it's not just about looks. The real magic is in what Fourier calls their full perception multimodal interaction system. That's a fancy way of saying the GR3 can see, hear, and feel, and process all of it in real time. For vision, it uses an RGB and structured light camera setup, giving it reliable facial recognition and dynamic tracking. That means it keeps its expressive eyes locked on you, making it feel like it's actually paying attention. On the audio side, it's rocking a 4-microphone array, so it can pick up voices from any direction, cancel echoes, and pinpoint exactly where sound is coming from. When it hears someone, it turns toward them, syncing its eyes for direct contact. And for touch, the GR3 has 31 distributed pressure sensors across its body, letting it detect when someone makes contact. Tap its arm, and it might blink or gesture in response. Give it a pat, and it reacts with subtle expressions, almost like social reflexes. That's where the emotional intelligence kicks in. GR3 isn't just processing data, it's translating it into human-like social cues. It knows when you're interacting with it, and it responds with gestures, expressions, and even dialogue powered by a large language model. Fourier designed a dual-path response system here. Quick reflexive actions for fast thinking, like turning toward a sound or reacting to a touch, and deeper, context-driven responses for slow thinking, like holding a nuanced conversation. That blend of reflex and reasoning makes the robot feel less mechanical and more alive. And when it comes to movement, GR3 has plenty of range. It's got 55 degrees of freedom across its joints, giving it the flexibility to walk, bend, squat, and run. It can shift into a straight leg gait, jog, or even switch into what Fourier calls a bouncy walk for dynamic environments. There's also a fatigue mode for conserving energy. Battery life clocks in at around 3 hours per charge, but it's equipped with a hot swappable system, meaning it can run continuously if you've got spare batteries ready. So where does Fourier see this thing fitting in? Everywhere people need not just help, but comfort. In homes, it could be a companion robot, chatting with kids, helping out around the house, or even supporting elderly family members with mobility assistance or health monitoring. In hospitals, it could play the role of a care assistant, delivering medication, but also sticking around to make sure it's taken properly, offering reminders with a friendly voice instead of just dropping off supplies. Schools are another potential setting. Kids with learning differences could benefit from GR3's patience and non-judgmental presence, making it a supportive classroom partner. And in corporate spaces, GR3 could work front-of-house roles, greeting customers, answering questions, and doing it all with warmth instead of cold efficiency. That's really the bigger trend GR3 represents. The shift from robots that just get the job done to robots that make people feel something while doing it. As automation becomes more common, just being efficient isn't enough anymore. People want warmth, personality, and a sense of connection from the tech around them. That's why GR3's design leans so heavily on emotional interaction. It's a competitive edge in a world where sterile efficiency doesn't cut it. Now, let's dig into some of the engineering under the hood. GR3's modular design means sensors and computing units are tightly integrated into a streamlined shell, keeping the outside clean while packing power inside. It features Fourier's advanced actuators for smooth, expressive motion and even includes 12 degrees of freedom, dexterous hands for handling objects and performing light tasks. It's built as an embodied intelligence platform, meaning developers can run algorithms, third-party apps, and even customize its behavior using APIs. Fourier wants researchers, engineers, and AI developers to have a low barrier of entry here, so they're supporting quick integration and personalized development. An attention management system powers the whole sensory stack, making sure the robot doesn't get overwhelmed by inputs. It prioritizes what matters most in the moment, then synchronizes vision, audio, and tactile responses so everything feels seamless. If you talk to it, it hears you, looks at you, and gestures toward you all at once, instead of lagging or doing things out of sync. That orchestration is key to making it feel natural. And because this robot is meant for real-world environments, Fourier has focused on reliability and uptime. The hot swappable batteries keep it running around the clock if needed, and the compact body design ensures it can navigate tight spaces while still moving gracefully. It's versatile enough to handle multiple roles: social companion, public service assistant, healthcare partner, or even academic research subject. So let's step back. From GR1 to GR2, and now GR3, Fourier's trajectory is clear. They're evolving from machines that could move like us, to machines that could work like us, and now to machines that can connect with us. GR3 isn't about raw power or showing off acrobatic stunts. It's about being accepted into human environments. Can a robot be genuinely welcomed into homes, schools, hospitals, and offices? Fourier is betting the answer is yes, and GR3 is their most advanced step toward that future. And honestly, it's kind of a milestone. This is one of the first times we're seeing a company really push the CareBot concept at scale, with hardware, software, and design all aimed at making a robot feel like a companion, not a tool. Between the expressive LED face, the multimodal sensory system, the lifelike locomotion, and the developer-friendly platform, GR3 is shaping up to be a major contender in the race toward emotionally intelligent machines. So that's the GR3, a humanoid that's not just functional but caring, not just technical, but warm. Fourier's betting big that the next era of robotics won't be about who can build the strongest or the fastest machine. It'll be about who can make robots people actually want to be around.